Welcome to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne will teach you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.
In this episode of Claim Your Excellent Life, we are going to talk about travel. This came up because there was a person on Quora, which is a forum where people ask questions and other people answer them, who was fairly upset because he had some friends who were able to travel and he felt he was not wealthy enough to do so. Well, this is what I have to say about that. There are many different ways to do travel, and unfortunately so many people are into the regular way of doing travel. Going to expensive places to see the tourist attractions or to go to resorts, and they never really see the culture or really understand the people. And that's really not a very good way of traveling in my estimation. I guess people do it and they enjoy it, but there's not a whole lot of mutual exchange between the people involved. So what I would prefer is to really be among the people in the culture and really learn about who they are, what they believe, and how they live. It's a much more fulfilling way to do travel. And this is the thing. You needn't spend a lot of money to do these things, because the truth of the matter is that there's many people who travel all the time on not very much money. I did it on really none of my own money on a few occasions. And that was because I was willing to demonstrate what I knew in terms of doing hypnosis with people just for the fun of it, to help them out. And because of that, I was invited to go to Nairobi, Kenya, to work with a kid who was having some severe issues with depression. His family wanted the help, and they were willing to pay for me to go over there and work with him and work with them. And it worked out really well. I was also invited to go to Uganda with a mentee of mine who was asked by a woman who owned a non-governmental organization over there that worked with pregnant women, and she wanted a pain control device because these women couldn't afford anesthetics, the medical kind. So we developed one. Actually, he did most of the developing of the item, but we worked together on the project, and it was really quite fulfilling. So the first question I have for you is, what do you know that other people can use to help them should you go abroad? There's a lot of people who go abroad and teach English all over the place. There's other people who don't really need a whole lot of junk, so they just travel the world and do their online businesses. I just got involved in this thing called couch surfing. There's an application for it. And you can also go on Google and Google it. And the really cool thing about that is that people have actually traveled the world doing couch surfing. In fact, the first gentleman that I stayed with traveled the world for 5 years. And although he stayed in his hammock in certain areas, there were a whole lot of people who hosted him on his travels all around the world. He learned all sorts of really interesting things about natural medicine and shamanism along the way. And my couch surfing situation with him was something that broadened me quite a bit, because I don't really do camping per se. But what he had available was a really large tent on a platform in the woods on the land that he was living on. in his own tent, actually, although he had built himself a really nice bed for the tent and a really basic kitchen outside. It was true camping. But the thing that I really liked about this particular situation was that he was so easy to talk with, so spiritual, so soulful. It was an amazing experience, especially after some of the things that I've been through in the last few months, which were kind of difficult to contend with, quite honestly. So he termed it my retreat. I guess it was. But from there I've been to other couch surfing places where they actually had beds and showers and things like that. And many of them also fed me, which is really great. And many of them here, at least in Western Massachusetts, have been vegetarian. I'm not a vegetarian myself, but I'm open to learning new things. And that's really cool. So just imagine, you can live with other people, you can learn about what they do, and let me tell you, a lot of these people are into very interesting things. Very original ideas, and certainly out here in Western Mass, they're very into leaving a very small footprint. They're very green and innovative. Unlike most of the people that you meet out in the city who create more garbage than you could ever imagine. So, there are ways to travel, to do it cheaply, and to learn a lot more about the people that you would be staying with and living among, should you have an open mind and be willing to actually give us something in return for what you get. As always, I thank you for spending your time with me. Till next time. If you have enjoyed Claim Your Excellent Life, we'd really appreciate it if you go over to iTunes and give it a 5-star review. If you have found Claim Your Excellent Life to be helpful to you, and maybe even life-altering with the information that we have shared here, and to allow us to continue this work, which we really do enjoy doing for you, you can sponsor us at patreon.com. That's spelled P as in Paul, ATREON as in Nancy.com. Again, that's P as in Paul, AT as in Tom, REON as in Nancy.com, where there's a few different levels of sponsorship that you can choose from to help us to continue doing this work. We thank you for any assistance that you are able to give us.
Thank you for listening to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne teaches you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.